Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. So, let's just get right into it. I cannot contain my excitement because we have here another review of the new Mandalorian, Chapter 14, Season 2, Episode 6. And I'm just going to let you know right now, there's probably going to be some profanities being said by me. I apologize in advance because this freaking episode was goddamn crazy. It was so crazy. Let's just get right into it. Boba Fett has returned. Of course, he has returned, and he has come for his armor that the Mandalorian got in Episode 1 from Quinlan Vos. We saw that little sneak peek, the little hint of Boba Fett, so you knew he was going to be on the Mandalorian's ass one way or another at some point. The time has come now. The Mandalorian has traveled to the planet to, have Baby Yoda, force meditate and have somebody have a Jedi feel his presence, so that way a Jedi can come get Grogu and train him properly. That's been the whole point. That's been the Mandalorian's whole mission. And there just wasn't enough time because Boba Fett was on his ass, and I love seeing their little Mexican standoff confrontation, and when they're talking Boba Fett's like, that's my armor, I want that armor, it was my dad Jango's before me, and he's like, I am a Mandalorian, I fought in the in the Mandalorian Civil Wars. Just hearing Boba Fett talk about the Mandalorian, culture and everything, it's just kind of crazy to see because, Boba Fett notoriously has been a man of very few words, and everything that has since happened with Mandalore has been kind of explaining everything on that planet of Mandalore. But to hear Boba Fett himself, the first Mandalorian that we were ever introduced to hear him talk about the mythology and everything from the armor and how sacred it is, to hear that coming from Boba Fett's mouth, it just hits a little bit different because it's freaking Boba Fett. So that's really cool. And and then not only is Boba Fett on the trail, Moff Gideon and his crew, his remnants of the Empire, are we're tracking, of course, they had the tracking device on the Razor Crest, and boom, they blast his freaking ship. And then it's cool to see, they're fighting off, the stormtroopers are kicking their ass, and then to see Boba Fett go into the Razor Crest before it explodes and get his damn armor, and to see him just busting out and kicking everyone's ass, it was such a cool moment. If you really love Star Wars, that's like a moment right there. Whereas last week's episode with the return of Ahsoka, here with Boba Fett, seeing him back in his armor, doing what he does best, and I was just smiling ear to ear and just going crazy as it was happening. And unfortunately though, Moff Gideon sends the Dark Troopers, and they still Baby Yoda. So now there's no point in calling him Baby Yoda. His name's freaking Grogu. But anyways, Grogu, it's just habit, of course. But Grogu is taken by the Death Troopers, and it's just it's just crazy to see that this whole series, the Mandalorian has been keeping everybody at bay, who has been because the biggest prize in the galaxy right now is Grogu, and he's been keeping everybody at bay, and he's been managed to escape by the skin, by just the slimmest of margins. But this time it was just a little bit too much, and now instead of getting Grogu to safety and reuniting him with the Jedi, he now has to get Grogu again from the hands of Moff Gideon. And as we've seen, we know kind of what Moff Gideon has planned. He referred to Grogu as the donor, most likely leads to the origins of Snoke, but so that's gonna be happening. But to see now that Boba Fett and the Mandalorian are gonna be a team now, because I love how he said, he's like, oh yeah, you gave me my honor, my armor, so now I told you, I made a deal that I was gonna keep Baby Yoda, Grogu safe, and now that he's not, I'm in your debt until he's returned safely to you. So just love seeing that, and just looking forward. We only have probably a few more episodes left in this season, but I cannot wait to see what's going on next. Another fantastic episode, kicked so much ass. Once again, thanks to Robert Rodriguez. Love seeing him get his hands on some Star Wars and pick the perfect episode here. That's what I also love about and I say it every single time I do a video about The Mandalorian, but it just has to be said because, Favreau, Filoni, and everybody involved just knows what the hell they're doing with Star Wars. You take, for example, everything from the lore that is the furthering, the lore of the galaxy and of the Mandalorians, and you have, the way they handle the return of these beloved characters. It doesn't feel like a shoe, and it doesn't feel like it's just for, just for just for the effect of just, oh, here's this beloved character, it's gonna it's gonna create a lot of hype. No, it's done so well, and it furthers the story, and it furthers this story of the Mandalorian, and that's why this series has just been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I just cannot believe how good this is. This is what Star Wars is supposed to be. Whereas, I hate to always, bring up the Disney sequels, but it is what it is. They really did miss the mark there, and hopefully they learn from their mistakes from that. And as we've seen now, I think one has to ask, like, is it just because the way the story formatting versus a movie, whereas the way that everything is going now, like TV shows are hotter than they've ever been on these streaming services, and as we see here, case in point with the Mandalorian, it has allowed for a real deep dive into whatever story you were trying to tell. And if that's just the future of Star Wars as these series, then I'm all here for it, because the Mandalorian is freaking awesome. So anyways, that's my review. Boba Fett is back. What do you guys think? Leave your comments, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and stay tuned next week for the next review. So thank you very much.